This is what's left. A cardboard bed, drenched and sagging under the weight of the rain. It's a powerful image and a stark reality. Just days ago under the sun, this project stood as a symbol of hope and resilience. Now, it's a testament to the fragility of shelter for many LGBTQ plus youth.
And on this journey, one more love unraveled. I finally learned to love me for me.
This is part of Unsheltered, a public art campaign by Courage Plus, a Milwaukee-based nonprofit dedicated to supporting LGBTQ plus youth facing homelessness. These installations, crafted by local art students, represent the stories of teens who have endured life without a safe place to call home. Unsheltered is a collaboration between Courage Plus, the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, and Bader Rutter to bring awareness to the rising epidemic of homelessness among young people, not just in Milwaukee, but across the United States. The campaign doubles as a relaunch for Courage Plus, as they rebrand from their former name, Courage MKE, as they hope to extend their work beyond the borders of Wisconsin. As we hope to spread the reach of this incredible organization, Courage Plus and Bader Rutter invited me to join the team for this project. Helping young people isn't just what I do behind a keyboard and a camera lens. It's my daily job as a teacher. It's my calling. And so it's my honor to be on board for Unsheltered by spreading the mission through my Fluently Aspec platform. At the campaign's launch, community leaders, including Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson, gathered to shed light on this pressing issue. Our message was clear. Every young person deserves safety, support, and a place to belong.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you for joining us on this really beautiful day in Cathedral Square Park. Homelessness is one of the more great social challenges that we face here in our time. Now, when people, I think, picture homelessness, many times I think they think about an adult. But that image doesn't actually reflect the whole truth. It's estimated that 4.2 million teens across our country experience housing instability each year. And many of those youth, approximately 40% of them, are members of the LGBTQ plus community. These are kids many times who are rejected by their families, who are caught in systems that fail to protect them. Some of them are as young as 12 years old. Think about that. Some of these kids are as young as 12 years old, on the streets, by themselves, without support. No child that young, not a single one, should be worrying about where they're going to sleep tonight or on any night. And that's the reason why I'm here today. That's why I've joined with Courage Plus today, to call attention to this silent crisis, to say clearly these young people matter and we need to act. All of us need to act and do it together. This bed that you see beside me, it's not just a symbol. It represents a real youth right here in Milwaukee who's struggling with where they're going to sleep tonight, who doesn't have a place to call home, that is not safe and on the street. Courage Plus has placed beds like this all over the city to spark conversations and to confront people with what too often is too easy to overlook. Now, to speak more about this installation and the work behind it, I'm honored to welcome the co-founder and executive director of Courage Plus, Brad Schlakowski. Brad?
There you go. Thank you, Mayor Johnson. Your presence here today is sending a powerful message to everyone in this community that we all need to be here for our LGBTQ plus youth. Many of you may know us as Courage MKE. We're proud to introduce our new name, a more inclusive identity that reflects our mission beyond Milwaukee. As Mayor Cavalier shared, there are countless LGBTQ plus youth across the country without a place to call their own, and our rebrand is a step toward making sure they're seen, supported, heard, and represented. The Unsheltered installation is a Courage Plus's response to the quiet epidemic of LGBTQ plus homelessness. Every bed placed across Milwaukee represents a young person whose life has been destabilized simply for being who they are or who they love. These aren't just cardboard beds. Thanks to an incredible partnership secured by our friends at Bader Rutter, along with the Milwaukee Art Institute in Design, or MIAD, represented here today by their president, Jeff Morin, for being here. We collaborated with recent grads and local artists to transform each bed into a powerful piece of public art. We asked the artists to imagine the personality, story, and identity of youth who might be sleeping in that bed. They responded with stunning visuals, narratives full of pain, hope, identity, and resilience. Each bed is a unique depiction of each artist's interpretation. One artist used imagery of native Wisconsin flora to symbolize the dual nature of the outdoors, a refuge for some, a danger for others. Another used objects of transformation and self-discovery in honor of all of trans teens. These works don't just reflect art, they reflect lives. They challenge viewers to see the unseen, and they turn passive empathy into meaningful action. Each bed also features a QR code linking directly to Courage Plus's donation page. Every dollar goes to affirming housing, crisis stabilization, education, and most important, healing. With Courage House, our C2 apartments, and all other services we offer, we help youth move forward from surviving to thriving. But we cannot do this alone. We are so grateful to our friends at Bader Rutter and MIAD for helping bring these stories to life, and to the city for standing with us today. Together, we are sending a message to LGBTQ youth in Milwaukee and across our state. You're not invisible. You're not alone. And you are deeply, deeply valued. We encourage the community to visit each of our unsheltered beds located here. What's that? Cathedral Square Park, sorry. Catalano Square Park. Colectivo at the Lakefront. Colectivo at 68th and Wells in Wauwatosa. And Lakefront Brewery. Courage was started to create a movement of the community coming together to help these children in our communities. Now it's time to break out of Milwaukee and help all of the kids in our great state. And we need your support to do that. Thank you.
So Brad and I are happy to take a couple questions if there are any.
How long do you expect them to be up? They're coming down on the beds are coming down on June 2nd. June 2nd.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Courage Plus transforms that promise into action. From opening Wisconsin's first licensed group home for displaced LGBTQ plus youth to launching transitional living programs, they provide not just shelter, but a sense of community and belonging. When we talk about change, real change, it doesn't just happen when we want it to. It happens when we make ourselves seen, when we make ourselves heard, and when we hold our communities and our leaders accountable for protecting the most vulnerable among us. LGBTQ plus youth especially those facing homelessness, are often pushed to the side, their stories unheard, their needs unmet. That's why visibility matters. That's why campaigns like Unsheltered matter. And that's why it meant so much that this message reached Milwaukee's leadership. Following the press conference, I had the opportunity to speak directly with Mayor Cavalier Johnson. He didn't just show up, he listened. And in that moment, we were reminded that when we raise our voices together, those in power can and must respond. Here's a portion of that conversation, courtesy of Bader Rutter.
What are some of your initial thoughts looking at the bed and some of your reflections as you look at it?
When I take a look at the bed, it tells a powerful story. It says to me that we've got some work to do, not just in Milwaukee, but across Wisconsin and across our country, to make sure that vulnerable young people who are also members of the LGBTQ plus community have the resources and support that they need so they're not experiencing homelessness on the streets of our city or anywhere else in our country.
Exactly. Looking at this bed here in Cathedral Square, what would you think this particular child's story is?
Out of the millions and millions of young people who are experiencing homelessness, some of these kids are as young as 12 years old. 12 years old. And when I look at this bed and I see teddy bears and backpacks and socks scattered about, the bed's not completely made, kind of reminds me of my own kids. And I don't think that any kid at that age, that young of an age, should be in a position where they're outside, where they're alone, where they don't have support, where they don't have love, where they don't have family, where they don't have systems that support them. That's scary to me, and that's what this bed, I think, brings to my mind.
As Mayor Johnson stated, some of the 4.2 million children without homes in the United States, 1.7 million of whom are members of the LGBTQIA plus community, are as young as 12 years old. 12. That's barely middle school. That's still cartoons and awkward school dances. It's reading the I Survived books, not being able to write one yet, not living one yet. That's too young to be worrying about where you're going to sleep tonight. Too young to be wondering if anyone will accept you for who you truly are. But it's happening. It's happening right now in our cities, in our neighborhoods. But you can be part of the change. Here's how. You can donate. Every contribution helps provide housing and resources to LGBTQ plus youth, whether monetary or by dropping off new items or gently used items or paper goods, canned goods, pantry items, or unopened cleaning products. You can even purchase items from Courage Plus's Amazon wish list to meet everyday needs. You can volunteer your time, offer your skills, support Courage Plus's initiatives or other organizations in your area. And you can learn more. Explore resources and programs to understand and support the LGBTQ plus community. There are plenty of amazing resources on Courage Plus's website, and there's many more on my own website, fluentlyAspec.com. And you can share this message, because awareness saves lives. No action is too small when it's rooted in love. Together, we can ensure that every LGBTQ plus youth not only has shelter, but truly feels at home. The rain didn't just dampen cardboard. It mirrored the challenges these youths face daily. But the rain doesn't last forever. When the clouds part and the sun breaks through, a rainbow emerges. It's more than a symbol. It's a promise. A reminder that after hardship, there can be hope. What message would you give to an LGBTQ plus kid right now who needs to hear that they're not alone? Let me know in the comments, and let's fill the page with hundreds, maybe even thousands of messages of hope. Everyone's journey is unique, but your words might just be the right ones that a kid you'll never meet needed to hear. Please also don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this video around. Thank you to the folks at Courage Plus, Bader Rutter, the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, and the Office of the Mayor of Milwaukee, Cavalier Johnson, and to Mayor Johnson himself, for all putting in so much effort for this incredibly moving campaign. Please be sure to check out courageplus.org to learn more about how you can support their mission. You can also support my work by checking out my asexual, aromantic, and aroace merch available on my YouTube channel or on my website, fluentlyAspec.com. There you can also find links for how to order a copy of my book, Limitless, Poetry of an Aromantic and Asexual Journey. Or if you're in the area, you can come to my author talk in Port Washington, Wisconsin on June 18th at 6 p.m. at the W.J. Niederkorn Library. This event is free and co-hosted by Port Washington Pride. We'll have copies of the book on hand, and I'd be more than happy to sign them for you. Thanks for being here. And as this is my last new video of May 2025, I hope you all have a happy, safe, and affirming Pride. Take care of each other and yourselves. I'll see you in the next one.